Good morning. I hope you all had a nice, safe 4th of July. I hope you got to spend it with your family as I did. At least most of my family anyway. Not everybody was there. My eldest daughter, she was home, but she was enjoying the stellar show because she lives in a cool place. I know most everyone probably in the country is familiar with the Elms Hotel. And she lives right down there by that, like blocks, like she can see it from her house. And I guess they had a super cool show last night, so she got to stay home and enjoy that. And we, went out back and did our things with the boys. It was groovy. Had some food, grilled some hot dogs. No one got in trouble over the weekend, so I didn't have to work all 4 days. How was that even possible? Weird. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed your 4th of July as well. Yesterday was a busy day. Actually, not yesterday, it was Saturday. Saturday was a busy day for, I don't know who it would be. Let's see, maybe DOJ. Probably not Department of Justice. Department of Defense. There it is, DOD. Busy day for the DOD on Saturday, as we got about 200 more cyber attacks to our infrastructure. 200 more. Yeah. Ransomware. More ransomware. They think it was timed specifically to the 4th of July weekend. Companies that host IT infrastructure for multiple customers being hit by the ransomware, which encrypts networks until the victims pay off attackers. We're all familiar with what ransomware is. Thousands of computers were hit. Thousands. I'm telling you, folks. Let's mark it here. July 5th. Podcast. Nana Prep. The Witch. Said it right now. We're going to go dark. Matter of time. I'm telling you right now, so mark it. And if that wasn't enough, look at Wyoming. WTF 4.1. 4.1. Intense of 10 sleep Wyoming. 10 sleep Wyoming. That's a shaker if I ever seen one. Now Yellowstone is here. Okay. So quite a bit of ways from Yellowstone. But, you know, it's interesting all the same. If you look at this picture right here, this, let's see if I can scoop in. Look at that. Look at the geography there. It sure appears, it sounds like we're having a 4.1 right here, right now. Hell yeah. Anyway, look at that, look at that, look at that. It would sure appear, okay, now, here's Yellowstone. Okay, this is the Yellowstone area. But this here looks highly suspect, doesn't it? Looks like a big indentation to me. But whatever, I'm not a geologist. I'm not going to judge that. But quite a shaker for Wyoming today. Yesterday, we got hit by a big X flare. Not yesterday, day before. Actually, it started on the 28th. And it's kind of just been at us for a minute. X flares are the most powerful. Okay. Solar flares that the sun can spit out at us. They're typically responsible for radio blackouts, you know, satellite blackouts and whatnot. So if it's not the cyber hackers, it's the sun that's going to make us go dark. And here is the thing. With the cyber hackers, I mean, depending on the type of attack and what happens and you know, all of that kind of thing, it's possible we won't be dark long, okay? So it's possible that if a cyber attack comes in and causes us to go dark, lose our internet, whatever, within a matter of weeks, okay, we may be back on grid, depending on what they're able to do with that. However, if the sun tags us, we're looking at 3 months minimum. Because remember, I did a video about this a couple of years ago. You'll have to go back into my videos. The three, what do you call them? Electrical, where we're broke up into 3 grids. Transformers, I guess. I'm not quite sure that's the correct name, but you know what I'm talking about. We have 3. And of none of those 3 do we make here in the good old US of A, none of them do we make parts for. Not one. So we are not able to fix any of them. None of them. Okay? Now, they are set up to recover for each other. So if one goes down, we're not going to notice. A couple people might notice, short term, but it is built and set up to take the slack off each other if one goes down. All 3 go down, we're screwed. We're screwed. Now, here's the thing about a solar flare. It's not necessarily going to be planet-wide, okay? In fact, this particular solar flare, I think, was predicted to hit possibly in Europe or somewhere. So it may or may not have directly affected us here in the United States. Good morning, Witchy. Predicted. So, but you know, if it hits anywhere, if it knocks anybody out, it's going to affect us planet-wide. And the fact of the matter is, we don't make the parts for our Transformers here in America. So if ours go down, if ours get blown up, and that's essentially they're going to get short out. So it's not like software is going to get ruined and we've got to fix the software. No, they're going to burn this. A solar flare will burn this shit out, just like a power surge would do in your house. So it's going to cause damage, physical damage. That's going to have to be fixed. Those parts are going to have to be ordered. And best case scenario, 3 months that we will be completely dark. Fun times. Fun freaking times. Sunspot region developed overnight and was also responsible for an M2 flare on the 3rd. Space Weather PC officials wrote in their update. Dazzling auroras. Too bad I don't get to see those. Although I have seen them here. In Missouri, in northwest Missouri. Definitely have. It has been, 4 years? There it is right there, folks. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. X1.5. Most powerful in 4 years. This has happened to us before. So this is not something that has never happened. Okay? This is not something that has never happened. In fact, the Carrington events. Look at that. Happened in 1859. During solar cycle 10, a solar coronal mass ejection hit Earth's magnetosphere and induced the largest geomagnetic storm on record. The associated white light flare in the solar photosphere was observed and recorded by British astronomer Richard Carrington and Richard Hodgkinson, whatever. The solar caused strong auroral displays and caused serious damage to the telegraph system. That's all we had going on back then was a telegraph. I mean, this is 1859. So, you know, it really didn't affect a whole lot of people. This was just a few months before the solar maximum of 1860. That many spots appeared on the sun between August 28th and September 2nd of 1859. Newspapers reported in the New England area. Southern auroras were observed as far north as Queensland, Australia. And those are southern auroras. That's the South Pole. So we don't just have auroras up here. We got auroras down there too. Flare was associated with the major coronal mass ejection, the CME, that traveled directly toward Earth, taking 17.6 hours. That's some jetting. That's some jetting stuff to make the 150 million. That's 93 million miles journey. 17 hours. That was spitting. Typical CMEs take several days, like the one we are experiencing right now. It actually started on the 28th. So typically they take several days to reach the Earth. But it is believed that relatively high speed of this particular CME was made possible by a prior CME. What was that, you say? Perhaps the cause of the large aurora event cleared the way for ambient solar wind plasma for the Carrington event. Wow. So what they're saying basically is, if this were to happen within the next couple of days, we're dark. We're dark. Because, see, we got a few more things going on aside from telegraph systems. Just a couple. We've just slightly advanced in our technology since 1859. Dark. And you know, everybody thinks about floods and they think about tornadoes, and all that is awesome. You should think about those things. But what if we go dark? Think about it. Can you even do your job if we are dark? I can't. If I were to remain there at my job, which I won't be until I'm leaving in October. Here we go again. But I could do. It wouldn't be easy. Absolutely wouldn't be easy. Everything would have to be handwritten. But it can be done. So the justice system would continue if we went dark. It would be chaotic, but it would continue. But think about what would not continue. Cell phone companies, completely based digitally. Computer companies, software companies, stock market, banks, cryptos, grocery stores could maintain. But what's going to happen to our trucking, which is already taking a giant hit right now? The logistics. And here's the difference. Yes. Years ago we did without all that. And I know that. I know that we did. But to not at the scale we are at now, that's the difference. You know, where 50 years ago there may have been 20,000 trucks on the road. And I'm just throwing that number out there. I have no idea. But let's say 50 years ago we had 20,000 trucks on the road. Now we have probably 80,000 trucks on the road. You see what I'm saying? The logistics alone would crash. You know, when you're talking no refrigeration, unless you were, you know, of the mind to have. And here is the thing, a CME like this, it's liable to blow your solar systems out as well. If you are one that was smart enough to have a solar system hooked up and running, this possibly would fry that system as well. Just saying. Just saying. Fry your computers, probably fry your cars. The computer, the electronics within your car. So, yeah, I don't know. That's a disaster, I hope. Even though that's probably one of the easiest ones to survive. Man, that's a whole lot of suck. Not having a car, you're one to be living way out in the boonies, like so many preppers are, miles and miles away from civilization, that's a long walk, baby. Hopefully you are really, really stocked up. But we are looking at this is not out of the realm of possibilities. And I've said it for a couple of years now. Did a big video about it. It's liable to happen, and it's likely to happen as well. Yeah, if you're lucky enough, if you can physically ride a bike. I can't ride. I probably could if I was forced, but I'm not physically. I don't even have a bike, but I don't really got to go anywhere. I'm good, and I am not so far out that I can't walk if I have to. So it'll be okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So need to be keeping this in mind. Aside from the pandemic not being over, okay, it's not over. You really need to keep this in mind that this solar activity is still going on. That is not quit. Corona didn't make that stop. So the extremes, the weather extremes that we are getting, what are they, up to 500 people now dead in British Columbia? Let's get a new count on that. Well, at least 486 sudden deaths have been reported. 195% increase in deaths that would typically happen in a 5-day period. So, and they're feeling it all up there, which is really bizarre. The whole thing is really bizarre. Oregon, Portland, British Columbia, Pacific Northwest, an enormous high-pressure zone acted like a lid, trapping heat so that it accumulated. Hottest temperature on Earth ever recorded was 134 degrees Fahrenheit in Furnace Creek Ranch, Death Valley, July 10th, 1913. I'm not sure you could even survive that. How long could you even survive that? 134 degrees. Bizarre. Just absolutely bizarre. And it's only July. We've still got August to get through. We've still got them. Since July has just started, we've still got July and August to get through. So, and if something happens that we go black now, there's no way for people to stay cool other than to get underground. Getting underground, that is the key. Basements, cellars. If you live close to any cave systems, these are all ways that you can beat the heat if the grid goes down and we are then dealing with this crazy heat. Yeah. 56, yeah, that's what Papa and I were talking about that yesterday, around 60. So, but who can dig a hole like that? Gee, many God, I'm lucky I got a cellar. So, something bad happens here, I can go down there and at least stay in the 70s. So, yeah. But, and then what's winter going to bring again? I tell you, I'm not sorry. I'm kind of glad that I'm leaving this job. What in the hell's going on with my face? Because I am not looking forward to another winter like next winter or like last winter. And I'm glad I'm not going to have to fuck with having to get out and go to work. So, there it is. There it is. So not much else has been going on. Been slowly trying to get things set up to go full force in October. Still got quite a few months to go. You know, getting set up for the podcast. Got some equipment coming. Got some equipment to order. Hopefully going to be doing this on a regular basis. Bear with me as I, you know, get it streamlined and get it, like I want to get it. Happen to kind of stop and start it has really, you can't get a feel for what you want to do. So hopefully within the next few months, I'm going to get all that panned out. That way, October 29th is my date set. My date set to come home and work. Bird season will be done by then. That's fine. So we'll be going wholeheartedly into the online store, providing services for people, readings, weddings for those that, aren't represented properly as far as unions go. Providing more of that, advertising for more of that, more counseling services available, spiritual counseling. Plan on doing some classes in canning and possibly, I don't know which direction I want to go with that. If I want to do a Patreon, I don't know. Or a fan zone. I just don't know. I don't know the best way. So any advice you have in that direction, if you have experience with that, is appreciated. Love to hear your opinions on the best way to go about doing that. So we'll be doing classes, and I'm going to be doing a big giveaway. In fact, I may announce that today. I'll have to go downstairs. But in order to grow my YouTube following, I am going to, you know what? And maybe I will, Oma. That's that. I have definitely thought that. I'll have to just see. But I'm going to do a big giveaway. As far as YouTube goes, I'd like to get to 1,000. So I'm going to be announcing soon. So Witchy, Oma, you get to hear it first. All those, once I get to 1,000 followers, once I get to 1,000 followers on my YouTube, I am going to be giving away one of my bottles of wine. Yes. So I am going to go downstairs to get a bottle of that today, and I will announce that on all of the socials. And we'll get that YouTube hopping, and because I could be doing some stuff on there too, some classes on there too. People are interested in tarot, so I want to talk more about tarot readings. You are special, Oma. Truly, you are special. I hope everything's going good for you. I hope everything's working out for you. But anyway, so be looking for that. I'm going to get off here and get started. I got to make some soap today, but I wanted to get on here and give you an update so that you'll keep track. Keep track of the sun. Keep track of what's going on. Is everything in the freezer? If everything's in the freezer and we go dark, it's only going to last about 3 days. So keep that in mind. Anyway, love you all. Talk to you soon. Nana Prep out.